The fastest way to find out if you can really afford a car is if you lose your job. That's what we're going to dissect today because millions of people go through this daily. Welcome back to the channel. My name is MJ. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video. Watch the full video. It's going to be a great one. Let's dive right in.
I was calling to see if it's too late to cancel my contract. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make the payment this month. I just got a Dodge Charger from you guys, the purple one.
Yes, sir, I remember. And you did this on Friday. You took delivery of the vehicle and signed all the contracts?
Yeah.
No, man, the deal is funded, tapped, and all money is received from the banks, and the transaction is finalized. That means we received the funds from the bank. They accepted the contract and paid us in full. Taxes have all been paid. Everything's been registered with the state and the county. What made you think you could do it that day, and now you think you can't? What has changed in that time frame, sir?
I had lost my job. What if I can't make the first month payment?
And I understand that, and I'm not trying to be a smart aleck, and I have empathy for you for losing your job, but you got to have a job, right? You can't survive without a job. How about we try to find a job?
It sounds like you trying to tell me what to do, and you telling me if I can't make this first month payment, y'all can't take the car back type.
I'm not lying to you, sir. You signed a contract, right? So it's like if you're married, you got married, and then you want to call it off, you already got married.
But it's not like that because y'all got a thing to where if the buyer can't make the first month payment, then
that has nothing to do with me if you can or cannot make the payment. And I'm not trying to be rude, sir. I'm really not. I'm just being very matter of fact. I'm sorry if I'm being abrasive or my tone's not the best.
That's not part of y'all policy?
No, sir, it's not.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to argue with you. I wrote the policy. I'm the owner. And all car lots are the same. I've been in the car business 25 years, bub. If you buy a car, you sign a contract, you take delivery of the vehicle, all the down payments paid, the interview's done with the bank, they've approved the deal, they've sent the funds in, the deal is finalized. We can't go back. I wish there was more I could do to assist you. If you want to come here and I'll call some places and try to help find you a job, I'll help you. I know that's not the answer you wanted to hear, but it's the only thing I can offer to you at this point in time.
So what you trying to be funny?
Not trying to be funny at all. I think it's a very serious matter. I'm sorry you're frustrated with me.
I ain't tripping.
Okay.
There's a lot of shit that's gonna be finalized.
Okay. Is there any more questions you have for me?
Nah, I will be having my grandpa Lloyd contact y'all though.
Okay, buddy.
It's important to understand that the most power you have is a wet signature. That's what gives the contract or the loan its power. That is how you bury yourself. That is how you destroy yourself. That is how you take flexibility options away from yourself. And if you understood that, then you would not be in this position, right? The biggest financial mistake isn't always buying too much. Sometimes it's assuming tomorrow will cooperate, right? Life always throws a curveball. There's always a barricade in life. It has a way of interrupting the perfect plans. And this is what I tell people, like, do not buy a car based on your best month. Buy it on your worst one. Sometimes one phone call changes everything. One layoff, one emergency, one setback. That's all it takes. And now you're here scrambling before the payment is even due, making threats at people, right? When you're the one that gave that contract life. Delayed gratification is always the best situation. Before you make a decision, sleep on it, right? Don't feed into your emotional impulse. That's what's destroying people. And I said that in my last video, is that it is a disease and it will give you no flexibility, no options, but sitting there now facing a repo crisis and a repo reality. And this is a next video that makes sense with the first one, because if he did this and he didn't feed into his emotional impulse, I think it would have made the best financial decision. Let's see how she does it though.
I was 23. I almost signed up for a $580 monthly car payment. My car is a 2013 Chevrolet Malibu that I've had ever since I was 16 years old. I'm 27 now, so I've been driving this car for 11 years. It currently has 232,000 miles on it, and it's been an amazing car, but when I was 23, I didn't feel that way. To me, the car was old and ran down, and I wanted a new car for no good reason other than the fact that I felt like I deserved it. Yes, that was an actual text I sent to one of my friends. I got my tax refund, and as soon as that hit my bank account, my family and I went down to the dealership to go look for a new car. I found the one I wanted, I sat down with finance, and they came back with a monthly payment of $580. But as luck would have it, I wouldn't leave with the car that same day. I had to wait 1 week for it to be shipped out to the dealership, so it gave me time to think. And after thinking, I realized I didn't need a new car, I just wanted the feeling of having one. So this is what I learned. When you get that feeling, that urge, that itch to buy something, especially something expensive, just sit with it. Because if I didn't, I would have let my temporary emotions turn into a long-term monthly payment. Instead, keeping my paid-off car gave me the freedom to put my money towards other things, like paying off $46,000 worth of student loan debt. Someday I do want a different car, probably an SUV, but for now, I'm enjoying my paid-off car. My car is old, but she works. It's small, but it's just my daughter and me. Until then, it's me and my 2013 Chevrolet Malibu against the world.
Now, this is the influence I need from influencers. Yeah, people don't care about that though. A paid-off car is such a blessing. One of my cars paid off. That is it for me. Yes, I'm so sick of everyone congratulating other people on signing up for huge debt. A brand new car should not be a flex. A paid off car should be. Somebody said, had a vehicle for 7 years and I was spending thousands and thousands of dollars fixing it, so I figured it'll be cheaper to buy a new car. You still have to make repairs on a car with a payment. Even if it's new, anything can happen. So you basically are running backwards. I love this for you, but unpopular opinion is, if I can afford it comfortably, I'm going to buy it. We aren't guaranteed the next day. Enjoy your life and work hard for things you want. Okay. If you can afford it, by all means. But I think for the general population, and speaking from my past experience, we often think we can afford things when in reality we can't. I'm not saying new is bad. I just feel like society pressures us buying the newest thing to keep up with everyone else. You see what I'm saying, guys? A lot of people are living for other people and they think newer is better, right? But one thing that she did, and I always tell even my wife, and this is something I live with every day, is that sleep on every decision that costs thousands of dollars. I promise you're not going to feel the same way tomorrow. I've learned that, if you sleep on that impulse of not buying a car, of not taking that vacation, I promise you're going to feel way different. The next day, and you're going to be like, I think I was acting a little bit out of control. I was crashing out. But also, she now gets to save $580 that should be leveraged and used towards her student loan. And that's what I always say in this channel too, right? Is that a lot of people have student loans debt, credit cards debt, and they are sitting down with finance managers signing up for $600 car payments. Delayed gratification is a superpower, but only a few people possess it. And one thing I've learned is that every financial mistake begins as a story that you tell yourself. That person told himself a story.
My buddy works in Dallas, Texas, and he works for a bank. And he said to me, Drayton, we have so many houses that we could close in foreclosure that we're not because we don't know what to do. We literally have thousands and thousands and thousands of homes we could close on tomorrow. We could foreclose tomorrow. There are some people that haven't made a payment in over a year. He goes, thousands of people haven't made a payment in 6 months. But the bank doesn't know what to do. The bank's like, if we close on all of them, we put the people out, we don't have people to put in the houses. So now we have empty houses. So banks don't know what to do. That's how bad it is just in the Dallas area. I'm not talking San Antonio, Austin. I'm talking about just the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Thousands of homes that are way behind on payment. Payments haven't been made in over a year. And the banks are not foreclosing yet because they simply don't know what to do. They have so many that they don't have a plan on what to do if all those thousands of houses were empty.
The thing is that, right, is that, and this makes a lot of sense, right, is that banks do not want to be landlords. Banks are in the business of just collecting payments from loans. They don't want to be landlords. They don't want to deal with losing money. They just are a middleman. I will give you the house you want. I will give you the car. You pay me back. I'll charge you interest. And now I'm profitable. They're in the business of profiting. They're not in the business of babysitting people. And at the end of the day, they cannot sit with all these houses. You understand what I'm saying? Like they can't. It's also going to ruin the economy. They're going to lose out on so much money.
That's how bad it's getting. And this is just the beginning, because sooner or later you got to get the people out of these houses. And this is going to cause a calamity, and it's literally a ticking time bomb. When does it go off? This month, next month, 6 months from now? I don't know, but I can promise you this is the same situation in Georgia, Tennessee, Florida. Yeah. It's going to get really, really bad.
And the sad part about what all the states he's mentioned is that these states are struggling financially when it comes to your earning potential. They do not have a high minimum wage rate. I think it's like $7. The houses are getting expensive. People are buying houses. People are buying cars. And now you're telling me that they can't afford it? Oh, wow. Wow. Obviously. And then guess what? The government wants to raise the property taxes. People can afford the payment. They just can't afford the property taxes, the property insurance, all the add-ons, the repairs. Like, should they afford the payment, or should they worry about unexpected repairs on top of the government charging them high escrows on their property taxes? I think people signed up for a game that was bound to lose because everything's getting more expensive, but your earning potential is not. Through those states with the minimum wage, I think these people were bound to fail. Maybe lower the effing payment. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. Stop increasing property taxes and insurance. That's what I mentioned. It's this that's destroying people. People do not have the controlled variable of controlling this. These two things have gotten so expensive, especially in those southern states where there's a hurricane and all these natural disasters. Insurances are destroying people over there. Meanwhile, my credit won't allow me to purchase a home, but I'm paying $2,200 in rent. Like, does that make sense? I think you're in a blissful situation if you're paying $2,200 of rent, because I promise you, you're not a homeowner yet. But if you understand a $10,000 repair, you're gonna wish to be renting. I promise. People don't look at that though, right? Oh, poor banks. It must be hard for them. Imagine what credit card looks like. Almost $2 trillion in credit debt, by the way, in the country. Then stop selling houses for $500,000 that were 180,000 5 years ago. This is the affordability crisis that a lot of people are complaining about, right? How does a house go up that much? And then also what people don't understand is that for the people that are going to sell the house that made the profit, right? If it's 180 and now it's at what, 500,000 at 500,000, right? You also now are struggling with the same thing you benefited from, because your next house is also going to be way more overpriced and expensive. It's a loop back into the rat system, right? I'm in South Florida. They keep building homes people can't afford. They're going to keep building. People will keep buying because they've sold people that this is an American dream. It's a dream for a reason. It was never a reality. The banks should struggle, but at the end of the day, we know the banks are going to be saved. Politicians are lobbied through banking, and they always get saved. Always get saved. Look at what happened in COVID. They always get bailed out.
Every time I post a talking video in my car, I always get a bunch of comments that are like, okay, off topic, what kind of car is that? I love it. Don't ever buy a BMW or a luxury vehicle at that if you cannot afford the maintenance. That's usually what they tell you, and they were onto something. I've had this car for 3 years. It has 62,595 miles. I'm $10,000 deep in maintenance repairs just this year. And I think I got to do something with the brakes because I feel like they're not working. So don't get this car. Like, it's nice and all on the inside, but the inside mechanics,
Another person or candidate that is complaining about BMW and the maintenance. It costs to be the boss. And I've learned things about humans and their nature, right? Is that people don't want expensive things. They want the emotions that they imagine expensive things will produce. How will people look at me? Will I get claps? Will I get, this shallow friendship that it might create, only to come on TikTok to cry about it? It's hard to feel sympathetic for you. You are in a luxury brand. These cars are made so they make way more money through the services. Like, the service department is employed because of you guys. This image status chasing, validation seeking culture is weird. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to feel sorry for you. We're really not. And you don't have the mentality that the less you understand your desires, the more expensive things become. Just like with the first guy, you wanted the Dodge Challenger or the Dodge Charger, right? And you can't even afford it before the payment is due. Desires, wishful desires, assumed wealth, assumed affordability is what gets people in trouble. And that most people are working jobs they hate to maintain identities they never chose consciously. Think about that. But I'm gonna end the video here, guys. All right. And I don't ask for much, but please like, subscribe. We're so close to 4,000 subscribers, and hype the videos. If you can even just like and hype, that's rewarding. All right. But be good, do good. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.